peril also. There have been instructions issued by the government in terms of precautions that civilians have to take. This is obviously being done after that massacre that took place on the 22nd of April, where 26 individuals, innocent individuals, were slaughtered by our belligerent neighbor. What do you have to say about the current situation, ma'am?
I am more speaking out of experience as Director General, Civil Defence and Home Guards. That is what brings me here today, not as Lieutenant Governor of Puducherry, though we did civil defence rehearsals even in Pondicherry time to time. But I served as 2 years as Director General, Civil Defence and Home Guards. And I recall my 2 years, how we mobilized the city of Delhi for civil defence. We trained thousands of youngsters in civil defence. Now, what is civil defence? It's not just unarmed combat. It is firefighting, it is first aid, it is rappelling, bringing people up, rescuing people from different positions, learning how to do blackouts and following, and also protecting vital instruments, and also collaborating with other agencies and listening to the rules and laws of the time. So I am now more speaking to you as a former DG, Civil Defence and Home Guards, because that's what I thoroughly enjoyed a part of my work, because I involved youth, young men and women who were very keen to become civil police, because civil defense is nothing but civil police, is because it performs that sort of a role which the uniform, as the armed forces do when they wear a uniform, whether it's police or the armed forces. Similarly, the civil police is police without uniform. So therefore, civil defense is preparation to let the message, larger message for people to know, remember, you are also law enforcement, you are also soldier. Let's say you are also soldier, but now not in uniform, but in civils. But you are here to protect your motherland from inside. While our armed forces are protecting from air, land and sea, we the Indians, we the citizens of India, inside the borders, are protecting our motherland with heart and soul, and together, not as individuals, but collectively as individuals. And then we need to know the rules. What do we do when there's a blackout announced? What is it that if it's a siren announced? What is if somebody needs medical care immediately? What is it if elderly is having in need to be covered? So all these are rules and laws which we need to understand, and I'm so happy that to see the way the media is playing a very educative role in explaining to the people of this country what to be a good citizen and responsible citizen is. How to be a responsible citizen, because this is now telling us not on our rights, it is now telling us what our responsibilities are towards our country. Responsibilities we fulfill, and we get the right to live. We get the right to live secure. When we are now, today, it's responsibilities to rights, not rights to responsibilities. Responsible behavior will ensure rights to security within the borders. So I think that's a message. When I did my job, my duty as a civil defense DG, we created a cadre of yellow alert. Yellow alert was that every civil defense employee wore a yellow shirt. It was a yellow shirt. We all used to wear a yellow shirt. And in that yellow shirt, it was written civil defense right there. So when you are standing, and we used to blow the sirens, and we used to do rehearsals of civil defense, siren blowing, and all this civil defense with those yellow shirts was called a yellow alert. Police does a red alert. We in civil defense used to do in 2006, when I was back from my posting overseas. I got this posting, and we used to do a yellow alert. Right. In the yellow alert means all those women, men and girls in yellow shirts would stand and take locations and places in vulnerable areas to help people. So I said, this is what is being done now. The rehearsals are being done to prepare the citizens now to defend the country within.
Ma'am, the last time something like this happened was 54 years ago in 1971. You know, there is a plethora of new generations that really don't understand this concept. What would you like to tell them?
You are forgetting. I'm a student who's grown up in 1965 Indo-Pak War because I was city resident of Amritsar. I was living on the border, and my house is not very far away from the Wagah border. But as a 12-year-old girl, we never stayed at home. My parents would allow me to go and volunteer in hospitals to help the soldiers who were coming to the hospital. And as a 12-year-old girl, I used to cycle from home to the hospital, and the training to my parents' message was that if there's a siren, and those days Sabre jets used to come on Indo-Pak war, and the message was, moment there's a siren, put your cycle on the side and get into a trench. And I used to get into a trench. That is what is the message. If there's a siren during the day, look for a protected place to protect your body. And therefore, so that you're not hit by chaparrals here and there. And that's what I used to do. And when the siren would blow over and the siren would stop, we would pick up, I could, as a girl, would pick up, and I used to drive back to the hospital to serve the people who were in need. So friends, this is the need. This is civil defense. I have learned to do civil defense as a student. As a 12-year-old girl living on the border of Amritsar, I saw Indo-Pak war. You talked about later on, I say I've seen it as a teenager. So this is when civil defense was given to me, I was exactly passing on this message of volunteerism as youth. So we got NCC today, we got NSS today, we got Scouts and Guides, we got all of them. So we have the youth, and we have youth movements here. We now need to work together. And we got a lot of youth movements, political or non-political. At the moment, it is national movements. So need to all work together. And I'm so glad that they are going through the rehearsals, which is preparing them to now protect their motherland with heart, soul, and hands.
Absolutely. Kiran Bedi, appreciate you joining us and sharing these words of wisdom and your experience, which is, of course, going to be invaluable to all those people.